Ladies and gentlemen, this woman did something very similar to Rachel Dolezal. For several years, she told people she was black, but indeed she is a white woman. This is Jessica Krug, and she's a professor over at George Washington University. And she recently came out and admitted that she lied about being black. So this is the New York Post, September 3rd, 2020. Professor Jessica Krug admits she lied about being black. I canceled myself. Despite publicly living as a black woman for years, George Washington University Associate Professor Jessica Krug admitted Thursday that she is actually a culture leech who is white. For the better part of my adult life, every move I've made, every relationship I've formed has been rooted in lies. Krug 38 writes in a brief but life-shattering Medium post titled "The Truth and the Anti-Black Violence of My Lies." The self-proclaimed historian of politics, ideas, and culture practices of Africa and the African American diaspora goes on to detail with a lengthy trail of public deception. To an escalating degree over my adult life, I have skewed my life experience as a white Jewish child in the suburb of Kansas City under various assumed identities within the blackness that I had no right to claim. First, the North African blackness, then US rooted blackness, then Caribbean rooted Bronx blackness. She said, wow. I have built my life on a violent anti black lie, and I have lied in every breath I have taken. Well, honey, it's where you come from. Krug has a PhD and is an author of a book, Fugitive Modern Mites. Okay. So she's a political professor. Okay. Let me just go down here. And the book is about the political practices and discourses through which those who fled from slavery and the violence of the slave trade in Angola forge coherent political communities outside of and in opposition to state politics, according to her George Washington facility profile. She has not lived a double life, she claims, as she has no other life beyond the lie that she's been living. There is no parallel form of my adulthood connected to white people or a white community or an alternative white identity. I have lived this lie fully, completely, with no exit plan or strategy, Krug writes. I have no identity outside of this. I have never developed one. Mm-mm-mm. This woman is telling the truth. While she blames childhood trauma for planting the seed of race appropriation, she at no point asks for forgiveness or attempts to justify her choices, but instead, her decision, and she admits she had no idea how to move forward. Mental health issues likely explain why I assumed a false identity initially as a youth and why I continue to develop it for so long, she writes. No, that ain't mental health. It's not. There's a lot of people with mental health issues in this country, and they don't do this sort of thing. So, no, they think any wrongdoing is always linked to mental health. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It is not always linked to mental health. Now, some people may disagree with me. No, if she lived this for several years, she was fully aware of what she was doing. You don't do this for several years and it's mental health and you didn't know what you were doing. That's bullshit. She was fully aware. She didn't do nothing about it sooner because she was getting away with it. And you look, Rachel Dolezal got away with it. It was her parents that outed her. There ain't nothing mentally wrong with that woman. She knew exactly what she was doing, and this woman knows what she's doing. I'm sorry, I reject that mental health stuff. When I was a teenager fleeing trauma, I could just run away to a new place and become a new person. But this isn't trauma that anyone imposes on me. This is harm that I have enticed onto so many others. This is nowhere to run. I have ended the life I had no right to live in the first place. This is what she wrote. Mm-mm-mm. We can't escape this. Many of us that are melanated, we cannot, oh, well, today I'm white. We don't have the luxury of doing that. I sure couldn't get away with it. I wear my hair natural. You'll know from the wool hair. All right. She has previously considered coming forward, but never found the strength. I am a coward, she writes, and then repeats it. You should absolutely cancel me, and I absolutely cancel myself. She admits she doesn't know where she could go from here. I don't know how to fix this, she goes on. I don't know what to build from here. I don't know that it is possible to repair a single relationship that I had with another person, living or dead. And I don't believe I deserve the grace of kindness to do so. This isn't a confession. It isn't a public relations move. And it damn sure isn't a shield, she concludes. It is the truth. Okay. The essay recalls Rachel Dolezal, a former president of the NAACP Spokane, Washington office, who rose to notoriety in 2015 after a local reporter revealed that she is white despite a long identity as an African American. A documentary was subsequently made about her life. I don't know why. She ain't that damn interesting. In July, Dolezal told the Post that she had received hundreds of overwhelmingly positive messages about her reputation amid the Black Lives Matter movement. Most people here from here are black or mixed or non-white in some way. And a lot of people said, this is your moment. You're vindicated, she said. Krug has not responded to the Post request for comment. Well, I don't know who said that to her. You're vindicated. But we always got some silly ass Negroes running around our group, always forgiving everything when you shouldn't at all. Trust me, they wouldn't be very forgiving if the story was of a light-skinned black woman and she took on the identity of a white woman. They wouldn't be so forgiving about that, y'all. And we know that. So, y'all tell me what you think about what this woman did. And now she's confessing. Now she says she's not apologizing. She's not apologizing for what she did. She is just confessing that she took on a whole different identity of a different race. And she did this for years. Again, if you did this for years, it is not mental health. And it's not mental health when it comes down to Rachel Dolezal either. They try to attach mental health to everything these days. Mm-mm, it's not that. But cultural appropriation is real. It has been a rampant thing in America for years and years and years and years. I mean, look, you can date this even back during slavery and Jim Crow, when people would dress up in blackface and mock us. So this is nothing new. If they're not going in blackface, then they're trying to walk around and take on an identity that is not theirs. But y'all tell me what you think. This is definitely one of those touchy subjects, but please tell me what you think about this whole story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.